Hello, everybody. Welcome back to GreedFall. Last time we found out more information about Jonah, we rescued our cousin, not our brother, and we just got some more combat in, got some more loot. Now we're towards the end of Jonah's quest, as far as I know. We figured out everything that happened with him. It was a deal made, either when he was very little or more likely before he was born, to enlist him in the service of the Nauts, the sailors, in return for money, use of their boats, something. And now his parents regret the decision and they've taken him back. I assume he wants to go back with the Nauts. He grew up with the Nauts. That's his whole life on that boat. He barely knows these people. But he probably doesn't want to say no to them because they are, in all fairness, his birth parents. And they have a lot of money and a lot of goons, it sounded like, who probably influenced his decision a little bit. So we're going to find out where he's being detained per that quest marker, 119 meters away. We're probably going to get him back on the boat, because I think that's what he wants. It's what everyone else in the situation wants aside from the parents, but we'll find out what he thinks. If he wants to remain in their care, remain home with his family, I'm not returning him to the ship. If that's at all an option, I don't care that it's the law. It's the boy's life. I'll let him make the decision. We'll deal with the repercussions. I'm aware I'm supposed to care for the politics as a nobleman, but I care more what he wants for his life. After that, we will have to break down and engage in the politics, consult with both of the ambassadors before I leave. Ambassadors of two different factions, it looks like. The Bridge Alliance, and I'm not sure I'm brave enough to try to pronounce that, the Thélème, Theleme, but the E's have the symbols above them. There's a different emphasis on them. I'm not sure what those symbols mean exactly. Thélème? Thélème? I'm not sure. There it is again. I will continue to press that wrong button. I will continue to be mediocre at combat for the moment. I will continue to loot every chest I come across. Unless I have to lockpick it. I can't do that. And we'll go get Jonas. Off we go. Not that way. Can I swim? I don't imagine it'll even let me fall in. Okay, there's a way up. I can risk this. I cannot go in. Nope. The stairs are just for decoration as well. No swimming for me. Likely no swimming in the whole game. Ah, the ambassador's right there. So is Jonas. We'll do one ambassador. We'll get some lore. We'll get this side quest out of the way. Then we'll do the Jonas thing as a palate cleanser. Engage in some more politics. He's right down the street. And then we'll get on with our lives. I'm sure that there will be some interesting stuff in this conversation. I'm just not much for politics. I think that's what this is going to be. Just pure politics. This is my nobleman duties here. Cardinal Antonius.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tirfredi on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it. and perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that. But I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing. But it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You're hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do.
I'm not seeing the issue. So this is clearly a religious organization. You don't like that there are heretics. I don't know what their supposed crimes are, but I assume heretics, anything that strongly goes against your religion. And we've established it's not a crime to be a heretic, to be against the public religions, the top religions of the area. That's valid. You're worried they'll do something, but you also said they're trying to leave. If they're trying to leave the city to go to an enemy city far away, does that not solve every problem you have? I'm not against some more combat. I'm eager for less talking and more action, but this doesn't seem like our problem.
Could you tell me anything about Thélème?
It would be a pleasure. As you already know, our glorious nation is guided by our faith. We follow the teachings of Matthias, our founder and greatest prophet, and give thanks each day to the Luminous for having gifted us magic. The high dignitaries of Thélème are at the same time our spiritual guides, advocates, and grand mages.
I've heard say that dissensions have appeared recently in your nation.
Ah, you must certainly be speaking about the debates that have divided the Ordo Luminous and the more political orders. The Lord Luminous has an extremely pure vision of our faith and applies the words of our saint very strictly. But other, more open-minded factions exist within our nation. They believe that a less rigid dialectic would attract souls more readily to our faith. But their differences are purely theoretical, and do not threaten the cohesion of our nation, I assure you.
What's your point of view on the relations between our two nations?
As ambassador of Thélème, I can only rejoice at the mention of our commercial treaties. We appreciate as well the welcome that your uncle gave to our missionaries. Thanks to your support, more and more believers wander your lands. The congregation is our most precious ally. To be perfectly honest, we have only two complaints. That heresy is tolerated, and that your treaties with the Bridge Alliance are maintained.
Okay. So Thélème reminds me a lot of the Catholic Church. It's a religious organization. The main body takes their leader's word very seriously. Everything they say is law. Similar to the Pope, everything he declares is law to the Catholic Church. And there's others who want to be more open-minded, but that goes against what the main body of the church stands for and publicly says. I imagine not speaking of the Catholic Church, but speaking of Thélème, I imagine they'd squash any of these more open-minded sections if they could. But again, that would be bordering on civil war. That would be very bad publicity. So they can't do that. And they hate the Bridge Alliance, who are our other ally. Both Thélème and the Bridge Alliance have a mostly steady political alliance with us. We're the middle ground. I imagine if I'm going to be rising through the political scene, I'm going to have to, or I'm going to be prompted to pick a side between these two branches, these two countries. The political extremists, or the religious extremists rather, and we'll find out more about the Bridge Alliance. I imagine he's very biased. We'll find out more directly from the other ambassador.
How's Thélème faring on Tirfredi?
We built a marvelous city, San Mateus, on the western coast of the island. Did you know that certain historians believe that it might well have been the final resting place of our prophet? Our missionaries there are a multitude. Not a day passes without new islanders joining our sacred faith. Of course, there are certain pockets of resistance. There is talk of a demonic cult. Disgusting creatures. But I am confident that the Ordo Luminis will be able to put an end to these horrors. And we have tremendous hopes that the entire native population will join our ranks.
That's very optimistic. It feels like there's more allusions to the Catholic Church there with their Holy Land. There could be allusions to other real-world religions. I'm just not educated on anything aside from Christianity. I grew up very Christian.
How goes the conflict with the Bridge Alliance?
Your territory is, alas, the only one that has been spared from the ravages of war on the continent. We fight on every front. Without great success, one must say. But what other choice do we have? These so-called savants not only refuse the light, but are determined in their fight against it.
And on Tirfredi?
To my knowledge, no one has yet seen any serious fighting. The Bridge have succeeded in provoking the natives there, and have their hands full keeping them at bay. Which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully and pursue our mission of conversion.
And anyone who doesn't want to convert, what happens then? Because it seems your goal is to continue to expand it and expand your reach and your control on this new continent. So what happens to anybody who doesn't want to convert? They talk about the Bridge Alliance like they're just savages, and I imagine both sides have plenty of faults. But they have not said a single positive. Which I suppose is fair if they are at war. And we are the neutral party who doesn't want a part of the war, who wants a steady alliance with all parties. And throughout the course of the game, I imagine this neutral party is going to get pulled in one of the directions based on our choices. We'll see how true that ends up being. But that seems like it for this conversation. I feel like we got a fair enough grasp on this entity, this political element here.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sade.
May the Force be with you as well. Alright, we learned some politics. Let's get some Jonas. We're back. Hello, Miss Fontaine.
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiry yet.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave. I have told you all that I have to say.
Oh. Threaten her seems harsh. It'll probably get us what we want. But threatening the mother who just got her son back. I'm pressing the button. But holy shit, that's a little harsh.
Come on now, stop lying. Jonas was taken away by force against his will by armed men.
That is not true. Completely false. He...
Enough! With every word, you are a step closer to a prison cell.
Prison? But what would be the charges?
Kidnapping. Whether Jonas is your son or not, he is a naught that you kidnapped and locked up. In the eyes of the prince, you have committed a crime that puts the interests of the congregation at great risk.
I beg of you, Your Excellency. Have mercy on a poor mother who is looking only to recover her child.
That reputation loss is fair.
Our own son. And if you need to speak with him to be convinced, please do. He's in our warehouse, near the Coin Guard Plaza, next to the canal. I am certain that once you have heard his account, you will see the tragedy in our predicament and help us.
I regret threatening that woman.
You didn't have a choice. She was lying, and we need to find that boy.
I agree we did what we needed to do, but that didn't feel great. I was really surprised with the... Because I thought there would be some more negotiation, some more questions to instant threaten the elderly mother who just got her son back. It was not what I would have guessed. If you're not doing anything wrong, why keep him in a warehouse then? I'm sure you didn't kidnap him. I'm sure he came willingly, but I'm also sure that he doesn't want to and he feels pressured because it's his parents. I do wonder about this contract, though. They were obligated to hand over their son. They did when he was born. Does he have the right to leave the knots now that he is of age? Or is he a slave? Because sure, his parents are under contractual obligation to hand him over. They did their part. But is he now for life forced to serve as one of the knots on the boat? Is it out of his hands? If we are going back hundreds of years in the time period this is supposed to take place, I would not take slavery off the table as something these people might be willing to do. And again, it ends up what Jonas wants. If Jonas doesn't want to be a knot, I'm not returning him.
Have a nice day, sire.
Thank you. Alright, the ambassador's closer. Let's learn some more lore. Let's hear the other side. Let's engage in a bit more politics. And then we'll get our boy Jonas. I am guessing it's that building right there with the little overhang with the hook. This is back entrance, front entrance. This first. Okay, I'm seeing a potion stand. So right away, I feel like one side is very heavy religious, magic. They have their whole religious order with the top mages at the top. And you have to strictly abide by their rules and laws. They are in the right. They are the light. They are pure. They go off real magic. And I walk in here. These are their mortal enemies, it seems. I instantly see science opposed to from the body magic. So is it the classic science versus religion argument here? Is that the big difference?
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade, I have been told that you were named legate. Congratulations. Those are great responsibilities for someone as young as yourself. But you will bring honor upon your family and the congregation. Of that I'm certain.
I thank you, Excellency. I've come here to inform you of our departure for Tirfredi.
And hear what you want to request of me.
He's about to take up office as governor of New Serene, and I'm accompanying him.
I had no idea you would be leaving so quickly. What a shame. I had thought...
That you could ask something
well,
of me?
Then, that is a pity. Have a pleasant voyage. A brilliant future awaits you. They say that it is a marvelous island.
You seem slightly hesitant. Please, tell me what troubles you.
A rather unscrupulous individual has been sowing trouble in Serene. a charlatan passing himself off as an alchemist.
Do people actually give credence to these lies?
Alas, yes. They snatch up his celebrated panacea, remedies worse than the ill, believe me. As you can well imagine, alchemists are our pride. This vulgar trickster casts dirt upon their reputation and our own at the same time. In any city of the Bridge Alliance, we would have arrested him. But here, we respect your laws.
I shall see what I can do, but make no promises. My departure is imminent.
I thank you, Excellency. And I am pleased to see you have taken so well to your new functions of diplomacy. The man operates in the city center. He is said to be clever and mean. Be careful.
If that's true, and he really is giving a fake cure out to people, because instantly that word panacea, that's a cure-all. It's a cure for everything, which I really doubt that. If it was a cure for specific things, sure, but a cure-all, the magical cure, we already know there's things that are near impossible to cure with the disease his mother has, the thing some of these merchants have, the gambler in the tavern, the people seemingly dying on the street. The plague doctors are everywhere for a reason. So if he really is scamming people, this is justified to get him off the streets. I'm going to look into both quests, but this one instantly seems more justified. But we'll see if it's true.
Would you be so kind as to tell me what you know about the Bridge Alliance?
With pleasure. A legate needs to know the history and strengths of his allies. The alliance was sealed by several nations of the Bridge around 200 years ago. The greatest of our cities, Al-Saad, became the capital, and a council formed from the different nations now rules. This union was originally put into place to better resist the appetites for conquering our neighbors, but our ancestors quickly realized that the union had also strengthened us economically and culturally. And of course, exchanges in knowledge were strongly encouraged from the outset. Today, it is by no means an overstatement to claim that the Bridge Alliance leads our world in science and exploration. Each day, we push the limits of our understanding further in each and every domain.
Okay. Then Thélème leads the world in magic. Would I assume that our country leads the world in martial prowess? Just to complete the trinity here?
Could you give me your understanding of the relations between the congregation and the bridge?
Our relations hang essentially on the quality of our trade and commerce. The exchanges are very profitable, especially on the cultural front. I will not hide from you that we have hoped you would join our number for quite some time. But your princes insist on maintaining a neutral stance between the congregation and the other nations on the continent. It is by all means a respectable position, even if it means you also trade with our enemies.
Yeah, well, obviously it's ideal to stay as neutral as possible, but it's also ideal that there wouldn't be a war to be neutral of. If there's no clear villain in this situation, yes, I think the correct thing to do is to remain politically neutral, try to get the best out of every situation, and hope that the other parties can settle their differences. We'll see if one side is more at fault than the other. The Bridge Alliance, I don't see any downside right now. But of course, the Thélème just says they're conquering brutes. And he did admit that there is conquering in their history, but that they've largely stopped that. So we'll see.
The Bridge Alliance has been on Tir-Fredi for much longer than we have. What can you tell me?
It is true that we founded Hikmet, our newest city, around 15 years ago now. Alas, I haven't been able to go there myself. I can only tell you what others have reported to me. It is a luxurious island. An enormous dead volcano thrones in its center. The vegetation is extremely varied, and the fauna wondrous. We discovered animals that we had never ever seen before. Some are bigger than houses. But they're not the only occupants of the island. A savage and crude people also live there, who speak an incomprehensible language. But you shall discover all of this for yourself soon enough.
I'm hesitant with anything that calls an entire group of people crude savages. But again, we'll see. It seems everyone's relatively 15 years, but relatively new to colonizing this new continent, Tier 3D. And there's plenty of free space yet. I imagine as more and more space gets taken up, that's when things will boil up with two opposing nations so close together.
And what of your war with Thélème?
It has been dragging on. In fact, it has been dragging on for years. It is madness. If those bigots
Most war
hadn't
is
gotten it in their
madness.
heads to convert the entire continent, we wouldn't be in this situation. But that's the way of the world. We shall not waver, whether here or on Tier 3D.
Have you been fighting battles there as well?
From what I've been told, Thélème has wisely and tastefully built their colony far from our city. Direct conflicts are in fact quite rare. But one day they will inevitably take place.
They don't have to. And for the record, there's nothing wrong with trying to convert people. I have nothing against any religion. You can try to convert people as much as you want, but it's how you go about it. If you're converting people by force and saying convert or else, that's incredibly wrong and should not be taking place. But if they're peacefully trying to convert people, worst case scenario, they're annoying people. Best case scenario, they're helping people, giving people hope. I don't see how it has to escalate to war, but I know historically in real life it has escalated to war, so I suppose I don't see why it would be different here. But that's all the politics we have for now.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Tell the captain that but I'm not ready to raise anchor. I don't have my fucking Jonas. I'm not leaving here until my boy Jonas is happy. I'm invested.
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him. A handful of underlings don't
They don't start none, there won't be none.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
They're not up here, so they're going to be in some kind of cellar. And if you would get out of the way, I could go investigate that. Thank you, Kurt. If they're not up, they're down. There's a door. No lootables.
Sir de Sade, what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine?
I don't like that we have roughly the same facial hair, but his looks vastly better. It's got to be the hat. His hat is better than ours in every way. He has more of the traditional cowboy style hat. It's got the band on it and everything. And if you have to have something extra, the feather is kind of cool. I wouldn't put it on my hat. But if you're going to do something, the feather is way cooler than the curl we have. I'll let him keep Jonas if he gives us the hat, alright? We're gonna...
I looked into the contract that binds you to the Naughts. It was indeed you who ceded your son to them in exchange for help with your business with the bridge.
It is so. But that sort of contract is ignoble. I never would have signed
you
it
did
if I
know.
had known.
You should have thought of that before. Breaking the contract could have regrettable consequences for the congregation.
The prince will know how to negotiate with the Naughts. If they take my son back, my wife will die of sadness.
Her sadness would be all the more terrible if she learned of your role in the story, don't you think?
You wouldn't dare tell her. I beg you.
You're not leaving me with a choice.
Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Naughts.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
Frankly, she deserves to know. But also, in this world, just like any other, I imagine there's an orphanage. Skyrim style, go to the orphanage, get a kid. I know it's not the same, but you and your wife would have someone to care for and raise, and you could help a kid who's stuck in an orphanage, maybe not living the best life. You don't have to commit several laws and possibly kidnap your son. Again, I'm fully aware, it's not the same. It's never going to fully be the same. Nope, that's back upstairs. This place keeps getting bigger and bigger.
So it's here that our man keeps his son. Abusive fathers.
Yeah, if he wanted to be here, he wouldn't be in a cage. That's a grown-ass man, too.
Who are you?
My name is the Sade. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind.
So you were trying to
I feel
leave.
more sorry for my mother. She seemed so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the ship. I'll see you there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you should see the mother, explain things to her before you leave. But yeah, this is what he wanted. He wanted to leave. You can't keep him locked up in a basement. Take this for my troubles. And I don't have a lockpick. Okay. That should be it. You should finally be able to leave. Tell me that's it. No. Both of the ambassadors gave us heretic hunt. I don't want to hunt the heretics. If I find them and it gives me a choice to let them go, sure, that's one thing. But it didn't give me a choice with Jonas. That I saw, at least.
Citizens, I present to you Panacea, the absolute cure of everything. Toothache, stomach ailment, and even an open wound. This potion heals all of that. And more still.
Even in a world with magic, this sounds like bullshit.
The product of years of research and intensive labor.
You mean it's a
I
vial
hear
of
you
water?
asking if this remedy can heal one from the Malachor. Alas, not yet. But your question is legitimate. I am so close to finding the cure. But the Malachor isn't the only ailment causing you to suffer. Not true? Then don't miss out on this chance and give yourself a healthy and energized life. Rejoice! A phial only costs a few coins, and well worth it to make your life shiny and new again.
Does it really heal everything, your potion?
Everything. Absolutely everything. Except the Malachor, of course. That being said, it is known that those in top health resist the Malachor best of all. Then don't throw away this chance. Think of all the pains that this potion could help you avoid.
You are right. It's a deal. I'm gonna take 2.
There's a man that knows a good deal when he sees one. Hurry now. There won't be enough for everyone.
There he is. He's our man, no doubt.
His speech is well polished. I even feel like buying some.
And if we had a word with him, I wonder if he'll serve us the same routine.
Oh, I imagine he will. At least he's not pretending it heals the Malachor. I assume that's the name for the disease that his mother has and several, probably a lot of others in this town has. But saying it just cures open wounds, take a sword to the arm, it heals it right up. I'm not too sure about all that.
Ah, you're finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not dealing with a charlatan.
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might I do to convince you?
Are there any nasty side effects with this remedy of yours?
There are none. You will feel nothing but an intense sense of well-being.
Maybe it will help, but it sounds like it's just placebo. You believe something will help, and so your body responds positively and feels less symptoms. But according to the alchemist, the leader of the Bridge Alliance, people were getting sick off this. So who knows what the fuck is in those vials?
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the
just drink it, bro.
Condition. But if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment. There now. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now, I swear you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell to your clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remarkable quality. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Holy shit.
Idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
That's harsh, but probably fair. If you're selling this to probably hundreds, maybe thousands of likely sick or desperate people, fuck it, drink it yourself. Unmask the charlatan. Alright. I will probably do the Hunt the Heretic as well, out of good faith for that other organization. But, okay.
You're running out of energy. Drink a potion.
Yeah, I can see that.
Things are about to get dicey.
Is that all of them? That went pretty smoothly. Alright, so I'm gathering the light yellow is loot, and these are special items. So this will be one of the vials. And a notebook. These pages are covered in small, almost illegible handwriting, experiment results, patient observations, and incomprehensible symbols. But the complexity of the recipe leaves no room for doubt. The author was a true alchemist and was certainly very knowledgeable. Okay, so was an actual alchemist working on an actual cure, maybe not for the Malachor, for something, anything. And this guy just stole his stuff and tried to recreate it himself, but he's not an alchemist, so something went wrong, getting people sick. Is that what I'm... The weird alchemist of the Alliance who rented a room upstairs specifically asked us not to clean it during his stay. This old fool must not want us to accidentally break his vials or something. So leave him in his filth. The customer's always right. Well, I have my guess of what I think is happening. Let's see if our new armor looks any better. I'm admittedly a little more concerned with looks than stats. And it kinda looks like trash. I think I like the old stained shirt a bit more. It looks like something that's been worn out at sea for time and time again. I'll keep what I have. I like that. That seems to fit better anyway. And better? Well, vaguely better stats. It's better than just straight up armor slightly. But this has a bunch more resistances. I'm still taking it out of looks. That looks better as well. The soldier boots and reinforced gloves with the sailor's coat. Is that a cape? Can we get a cape? Okay. Again, I'm not a fan of the hat, but I like that better overall. I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, let's confront him. Scare off all his customers.
Have you finally made up your mind?
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us? To prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect that you might be working for a rival.
You refuse to taste it?
You might have put something in it to cause me harm or further disgrace.
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes straight from your stock.
And you dare challenge me when you have just admitted to being a thief?
Come now. You can see for yourself that I'm gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well as those of these brave folk.
Yes, no, you don't have the right.
Damnation. He got away. He can't have gone far.
Find him before his head ends up on a spike.
Think back to the note that we found. We need to take a look at the tavern. He won't leave the city without his belongings.
So, very good point. How exactly did he launch over that and disappear in front of 12 people? And I'm also not sure how that served to prove him wrong. If he's already got 30 vials of his medicine in front of him that he refused to drink, how is bringing him a new bottle of his medicine that he refused to drink any different? Maybe it's just that he's taking it from our hand instead of from by his desk, so it's harder to slip the other one into his pocket, out of his pocket. There's metal dowels. Imagine there's another barrel, some here with the other two we could have used to fix the tables. Hey, buddy.
You again? What are you doing in my room?
I'm not the only one that has found you. Have you seen the mob that is gathering in the street?
I'm neither deaf nor blind. By the spheres. Why didn't I leave the city while there was still time?
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce, and he is the one who sent me.
Sahin? Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. He's the very reason I had to leave the Alliance. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me, who was once a respected member of the Academy of Al-Sad.
Dr. Sahin warned me that you were an imposter.
That doesn't surprise me, coming from him. I was a master alchemist. I understand if you don't believe me after all that, but I have a number of documents to prove it. I would still be one if Sahin hadn't set off a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Why does Sahin bear you such hatred?
I wasn't fortunate enough to oppose certain great minds of the Academy, to criticize their methodology. I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners, making them drink the most vile poisons,
To find a remedy to the Malachor, they won't hesitate to kill. I could not keep my silence.
It is for an act of courage that you fell from grace and earned Sahin's hatred.
Yeah, questioning their methods. There's nothing wrong with that. And unfortunately, historically, that sounds pretty accurate. A lot of the medicines we have today, how do you think we got them? We didn't magically get them. Every medicine we have, every poison we have, all these things were discovered from trials. In modern day, we have more humane trials in most places. There's regulations and laws, but take 200 years ago, we found out all the things we did a very negative way. You experimented, you tried what you had to try. That doesn't make it right, but yeah, a lot of our medicine, I think, historically links back to rather negative and harsh things. And this is an example of that. They probably have good intentions trying to find that cure. And I'm sure there's some bad actors trying to find different poisons and things and improve that angle. But yeah, good intentions is what the road to hell is paved with good intentions. I don't know. It's a gray area, but it's leaning on the darker side of gray, experimenting on people. We need the cure, but at any cost? I'm not sure that's true.
Are you not ashamed to have poisoned those poor souls?
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they don't contain any harmful ingredients.
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions. So why don't you?
You don't understand. I fled, but I haven't put a stop to my own research. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the Malachor.
So you manipulate people to use as experimental fodder? That is completely unethical.
I don't have a choice, but it does not harm them, I assure you.
If this potion were inoffensive, then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered it to you?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time that I ended up becoming intolerant to it. A small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent reaction. The mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal dose, I assure you, is without risk.
Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
Agreed.
I don't torture people. And this potion only has side effects in high doses.
Perhaps, but you're hurting innocents. I cannot let your commerce continue.
So, what are you going to do with me, sir?
I'm going to let you go, because you're not hurting people necessarily. The game intentionally made him seem like a villain in every way. It misconstrued it. And he's not much better than his colleagues, because he is experimenting on people without consent, just like they are. Maybe his methods aren't quite as extreme, but he's still unconsensually experimenting on these people. It's fucked up. He says it doesn't hurt in big doses, but you sold that one guy 2 doses, just that we saw, just in the 5 seconds we were there. I'm going to help him leave the city in hopes that he can reform, because he's not the worst of the worst, but this wasn't good.
I'm going to help you leave the city, but you must promise never to return.
I swear it.
Very well then. I need to first get you away from those who want to see you hanged.
If we can't find a way to sneak out of here discreetly, we will have to confront the populace.
I haven't lost hope that I'll be able to help them hear reason.
It would be better if I remain hidden while waiting.
Directly confronting the crowd and telling them what happened, I think, is the best scenario. Maybe not the best for him. If something negative does happen to him, so be it. He did plenty wrong. But they deserve to know what's happened. What he gave them.
Please listen, I beg you.
If you want him to reimburse you, get in the back of the line like everyone else.
Believe me, I understand why you're angry.
Me? It's not money I want. That charlatan tried to poison us. I couldn't give a flying pile of dung for your pretty words. We're gonna hang him high. And you too, if you're an accomplice.
How absurd! I'm the one who put an end to his operation.
Well, in that case, help us catch him so he can be punished like he deserves.
He's trapped! He'll have to come out someday, you'll see.
Propose a settlement. I could order their dispersion, but they're not completely in the wrong. He doesn't deserve to die, but they're not wrong here.
I can procure you some excellent potions, as long as you promise to put an end to this. True potions of healing like those you thought you were buying.
What are you, some sort of alchemist then? I hope you're not the same feather as the other. If that's the case, we have enough rope to hang the both of them!
Trust me. I swear that each and every one of you will receive one.
Our trust was already given. We're going nowhere without seeing the merchandise.
Such a large number of potions. This story's gonna cost you a fortune.
These vials could be lying around anywhere. I need to keep my eyes peeled.
Well, we only need one more. We have 5 from all the looting we've done previously. Crafting table. Is there a merchant that we can actually buy one more at? Just around the corner was a merchant. We got a health potion for about 23 coin. We had 120 something, I believe.
Do you have those
So we're fine.
potions you promised us?
We sure
Yes,
do.
Here they are.
Hey, did you see that? That other alchemist kept his word. I hope these are good ones.
The colour looks like it should, not like those others.
Well then, since you want us to go, then we'll be going. Come on, everyone!
The alchemist is now far from danger, at least.
Go and tell him the good news.
Yeah, we might have lost a bunch of potions, but I feel like that was the right thing to do. I'll regret that later when I'm in a boss fight, but for now, if we're being all political, I think that was the genuine good act. Gave them what they thought they were buying in the first place, healed them, got him out of danger.
So, did you find a way to get me out of this hornet's nest?
I persuaded the mob to disperse calmly and without a fight. The way is free.
Very well. What power of persuasion? They didn't seem of a mind to hear reason from me.
You are free. Climb into your carriage and leave Serene immediately. Let me deal with Dr. Sahin.
I owe you my life, sir. I will be eternally in your debt.
I remind you to never step foot here again.
I have no desire to return anyway. Farewell.
I doubt it, but I wonder if we'll meet him on the new continent after we finally take our boat trip. Oh, that's really nice. Go directly there. Thank you so much. That saves us time.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
Finished your side quest, your goose chase.
I tracked down your man near the Coin Guard barracks.
Finally. Did you capture him?
Let's just say I put an end to his activities. His reputation in Serene is forever tarnished. Matters turned out a little more complicated than anticipated.
We're confronting him. Fuck it.
Why should I deliver him to you? You deliberately hid the truth about him from me.
What? Might I remind you that you're in audience with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance?
And a fucking liar.
And
So
you
what?
to a legate of the Congregation of Merchants that you treat like an imbecile. This man is indeed an alchemist at the bridge, and he told me much about your disagreement of opinion.
And of course you sided with him.
Certainly not. I have no part to play in your quarrels. I just chased him from our city. Now, if you're still intent on placing him in irons, you need to capture him on your own lands.
How embarrassing. I should have shown more honesty in your regard. Please accept my excuses. And this modest gift for the voyage that awaits you.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
1,000 XP?
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
Slightly unfair that we lost reputation. We did still help him do what he wanted aside from throwing the guy in jail. He still got consequences. And they can still go find him and lock him up if they'd like. And they lied to us. But oh well. That's every political... No, we still have the heretics. I might skip the heretics. Because I'll likely just end up helping them escape as well and pissing off the other group. But I'm eager to get on to the boat, get on with the action. That was enough politics for 1 year. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm still having a lot of fun with this game, even if I am just running errands at the moment. I'm slowly getting my fit together, slowly getting a bit more experience with this game, collecting some loot. I hope everybody else enjoyed watching. I hope that you'll continue with me on this journey, on the next 100 episodes of this, however long this game turns out to be. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.